We've now come to the interview section of our show. I have in the studio today Miss Kristen Hearns, president of the Alcorn State University undergraduate chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. I'm your host, DJ Head Noddin, and this begins the interview. It's great to have you here today, Kristen.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Okay, I'm glad to have you. Can you start by telling me a little bit about yourself?
Sure, as you mentioned, my name is Kristen Hearns. I'm a senior biology and biochemistry double major right here at Alcorn State University. I'm from Cleveland, Mississippi in the Mississippi Delta. And yeah, it's about time to go. So let's get on with the questions.
Okay, great. You're from the Delta. I'm from around the area too. I'm from Indianola, Mississippi. It's great to have another Delta in the station. And I understand that you're the president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority on campus. Can you describe to me what role you play in the organization?
Yes, I'm the president of the Delta Epsilon chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated here on the campus of Alcorn State University.
Okay, and what responsibilities does that role entail?
Pretty much an overseer of everything that happens, supervision, management of everything. We have, our sub-partitions, you have committee chairs, the other officers, but everyone answers back to me. But of course, when things go wrong, it all falls on me, but I don't mind, bearing the load. But it's definitely a fulfilling role to pretty much have and overseeing, such an influential role in such an influential organization. So it's an honor to be a part and just to serve in the capacity that I do in the organization.
Okay, that's great. I'm glad you enjoy working in this capacity. It sounds like a very interesting role. So can you tell me who or what motivates you in this endeavor?
Well, I would definitely say my mother motivates me past being the woman that gave me life and is responsible for being here. Of course, she has molded me in so many different ways. And my father too, let me not forget him, but definitely my mom, the close relationship that we have, bringing me up to be the kind of woman that I am, everything that she's instilled in me outside of Delta, because she's also a member as well, but just to be myself outside of anyone else's judgment of what I should be or their depictions of my character, just to know who I am and be strong in that.
Okay, it's great to hear you speak such good words about your mom. And I understand that you say your mom has a legacy in Delta Sigma Theta too?
Yes, she does.
Okay, that's great. That's a whole family full of service. I know that Delta Sigma Theta is all about service. Can you describe to me some of the services you guys have done lately?
Definitely. I know here on campus specifically, we just had our we actually had the World Red Day for the World AIDS Day, I'm sorry. That was actually on December 1st, but of course on December 1st, it was Sunday. Everybody was at home eating Sunday dinner, and we just observed it this past Friday. We also recently had the Breast Cancer Awareness Week. We had plenty of speakers come down. We had plenty of activities centered around just bringing awareness to the breast cancer epidemic. It's a problem in more than just women. It can get you two men. So those are the most recent things we've had going on, and look for us in January. We do have some things coming.
Okay, great. I love hearing about the services that you guys offer. That's great for the people in the Alcorn community as well as the people in the surrounding community. Okay, and you say that you are a double major. Can you describe what your majors are and what would you like to do with this academic endeavor?
Well, yes, my majors are biology and biochemistry. Coming in initially, I wanted to be the doctor out of high school. That was my goal. But actually, at this point, my interests have shifted. I'm not totally abandoning the sciences, but I would like to incorporate business. So right now, that's what I'm looking to go into immediately upon graduation. But hopefully, further down the line, I can incorporate the two again. So we'll look out for that.
Okay, good luck to you in all your endeavors, Ms. Kristen. Thank you. Do you have a personal philosophy? If so, what is it?
Me personally, I just say be the best possible you in the best possible way. Well, I actually don't say it. I actually just thought of that in my mind. But I think everyone should be the best possible them in the best possible way.
That's a great motivation to have. And do you have any hobbies?
I do have hobbies. I actually like to write. I write a lot of poetry. To be specific, of course, I write a bunch of other things, songs, papers, essays, especially being in college. Speaking, I don't know if you necessarily consider that a hobby, but it's something that I do quite often. Drawing, singing, dancing from time to time. I want to try to make a career out of it, but they're definitely time consumers for me.
That's good. You have a lot of interests, very, very interests, and I'm interested in some of those things myself. You say that you write poetry, and that's interesting to me. I wonder what topics motivate you in your poetry.
The topics that motivate me most are pretty much everyday life. If I feel it, I try to write about it. And not even just myself, but things that I may see going on with others. And sometimes to me, just as mental stimulation, I just try to put myself in other people's shoes and just see what I can get out of that. And a lot of times, those are the things that people can relate to the most.
Okay. Can you tell me, if you could leave a legacy behind you, what type of impact would you want to leave on the world or on your community?
If I could leave any type of impact on the world or community, I just want to help people to be better than I am, and just for people as a whole to be better than we were. Not to end up, back where we have come from. Just pretty much for people to change their outlook on life, to change their outlook on each other, and to ultimately change their outlook on themselves.
Okay. And I'm interested in knowing, you guys do a lot of service to in the community. Is there any other things that you would like to tell us about the organization? Or?
Well, the organization as a whole, we have plenty national initiatives under our 5-point thrust. I know we have a school that was recently erected over in Africa. We also have a hospital over there. Even within the United States, we do a lot of things. This is still 2013. That's currently our centennial year. We just made 100 years, and even as it's coming to a close, we still have a lot of great things going on. We fund so many projects across the country. I know we promote literacy, educational awareness, economic development and involvement, more than just the United States, with international awareness and involvement, and definitely political awareness and involvement. That pretty much governs everything that we know of our country and all the benefits that we reap, from being a member of this country. So there's a vast majority of things that we cover within our organization.
Okay. It's great to hear about those things that you guys talk about, and that has just been a good point to bring across to the audience. Okay, I have a couple more questions. Can you tell me what has been your most difficult challenge as well as your greatest accomplishment?
Well, I think I've mentioned or had said before that my greatest accomplishment was also my most difficult challenge, and that was realizing who I am and embracing that and accepting that. A lot of people aren't comfortable in their own skin, but I think once you finally embrace and accept this is who I am, and you're comfortable enough to work with that and grow in that and flourish in that, I think that's the best thing that can happen to someone, to live in your own truth.
Okay. Well, it has been so great having you in the studio today, Kristen.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right, viewer audience, this concludes the interviewing portion of Dice Entertainment. We're now going to return you to your regularly scheduled program.